It is Stardust Cookie time, my friends, with this super epic here today on tap in the episode, all about toppings and biscuits. So thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to like and subscribe. On top of that, down below you can find today's timestamps as we will break down Stardust Cookie, give you the biscuits and toppings, and go for a run as we always do, plus pull it all back together. Now, if you happen to have a question or comment along the way, do let me know because I'd love to hear from you as always. And feel free to join us in our active, amazing Discord server, my friends. All right, Stardust Cookie. A little bit about this cookie here. First and foremost, a very, very powerful cookie at Super Epic. On top of that, a heavily played cookie before in some of the PvP. Now, I personally, right now, still enjoy using this cookie in the PvP. And if you've seen some of the episodes previously, on our dash, zoom, whatever you want to call it, through PvP, we've used Stardust Cookie. Now, we'll talk about that here a little bit, why this cookie is so awesome in a second. First and foremost, though, this cookie is an ambush cookie. It's a middle lane cookie, essentially a damage dealer. Very important. Now, a couple things about this one here is this Wrath of the Stars. It is a 13-second cooldown. Stardust Cookie soars into the sky and marks the enemy with the highest attack. Don't forget that. Targets cookies first with the sign of the stars. Then he will descend to deal area damage to the enemies, amplifying debuffs they receive. Again, 13-second cooldown. Now, targets will receive additional damage depending on the number of buffs they currently have. That's very important. The sign of the stars prevents the target from gaining buffs. On top of that, decreases their attack and healing and increases the damage received. If the skill delivers a critical hit, the target will fall asleep. If the sign of the stars is dispelled, the target and the nearby enemies will receive damage. After casting his skill, Stardust Cookie will gain a damage resist buff himself. If the cookies or if the enemies are asleep, Stardust Cookie summons meteors to attack them as well. So a lot of things here, I think right now, people have forgot. Generally, if there's a lot of stuff, these cookies are pretty good. Now, a couple things here. Wrath of Stars, damage 400, about 50% of attack, additional damage per number of buffs, 65% of attack per buff. Don't forget that. Amplified debuffs plus 10% of 12 seconds. Stacks up to one time. Sign of the Stars prevents buffs for 20 seconds. Damage received at 35%. Attack 30% minus. Healing minus 40% upon dispelling Sign of Stars. Sleep for 1.5 seconds. Area damage equal to 1000% of attack. Stacks up to one time. Damage resist plus 35% for 7.5 seconds. Stacks up to one time. Meteor damage of 300% of attack. There is a lot going on with this cookie, my friends. Don't forget it. Attack, crit, and buffs. And why we say that? Because it's really important. All right, so let's go to Beascuits. What does that mean when it comes to this cookie? Stardust Cookie, a couple things. Absolutely make sure you get a lovely legendary crispy biscuit. That's going to be very helpful for you. This cookie in particular, now certainly you can attune, reset, all that fun stuff, and tweak to your heart's desire. However, this is what you need to be focused on in terms of bonus effects. Damage resist bypass is always great for any damage dealers, so that is key. Additionally here, attack. Everything scales on attack, which is nice. Another piece, crit. We do talk about crit here. If you get that crit off, there's added pieces to that because of the skill effect, which is great, and cooldown. So I would say all those are probably the ones that you want to prioritize depending on those things. Again, very hard to get a perfect biscuit, so I like to call those pieces out. Lots of tweaking, lots of fine tuning. You can check those guides out here on the channel. So want to give you some options, considerations as you build this cookie. Second pieces on that is if you don't go some of that damage dealing route, backup options, a little bit more survivability with damage resist, defense, HP, those kinds of things. Attack speed isn't terrible, and all of those fun things. Debuff, buff, all that stuff. That you can leave that alone. All right, so that is very important. Get that attack up, get that HP up. Already leveling up is going to make a huge difference, and scale that attack, which is going to help Stardust Cookie. Now, when it comes to toppings, here's a couple things when it comes to toppings. You can certainly use resonant toppings when it makes sense. Yes, we do have resonant toppings for Stardust Cookie here. Let's go ahead and find those usables, as we always do right here. So you can see a Moon Kissed. Yes, Stardust Cookie can have Moon Kissed toppings. Certainly do that. I recommend it for this one, particularly for PvP. On top of that, PVE also makes sense. So when it comes to Stardust Cookie, a couple things about this one when it comes to toppings. Now, again, do as I say, not as I do. A couple things. Also, not to forget, you can blend your regular toppings with your resonant toppings. In this one in particular, you do want to be focused on attack. Yes, you're going to want raspberry here. You want to skill that attack because it's going to be very important for all the other skills. Now, when you do that, though, a couple things that's going to be helpful on the substats or bonus effects. More attack is always great. Crit is nice because of what we talked about. And then again, cooldown is going to be very, very helpful. If you focus on these three, on the Beascuit one, you can go with that damage resist bypass. Those are going to be 3 key bonus effects that you can absolutely do to really fine tune this cookie and deal a lot of damage, take advantage of everything else. Now, a couple other pieces here, like we said on the other one, HP, defense, all that other stuff, damage resist for help for survivability isn't a terrible thing if you got a tweak. Now, again, to get a perfect topping is very difficult. Now, resonant are going to be a little bit more fine-tuned, a little bit more honed in, so don't forget that. Now, a couple things you can look at mine. Here you go. There you go. We need some work. Yes, we got a lot of attack, though, as you can see. And then if you do want to look at my cookie's power all the way across and everything else, good attack, lots of attack. A lot of HP there. Cooldown. Could use a little bit more cooldown, but could also use a lot more crit. So just like to call those things out there for you so that you're aware of how Stardust Cookie can work in your favor. All right. So that is Stardust Cookie there in terms of the biscuits and toppings. Let's go ahead to World Exploration. We'd love to go to 829. If you haven't seen my other guides, absolutely check them out. Those will be linked for you down below, along with the perfect biscuits and toppings. However, we're not running Frost Queen today, are we? We are running Stardust Cookie. So let's remove this one. And here we go, my friends. We are off. Now, as we do that, we got swag and merch available to you. Other great ways to support the channel. As you can see, they didn't have a target, so they froze. There you go, Stardust once again, and froze. 8-second, 9-second cooldown. Not too shabby, my friends. And again, watch this damage. Boom. This is how you can take a lot of opponents out, whether it's PvP or PvE out. And obviously the more stacks and those other things that we talked about make a huge, huge difference there for you. Boom. And here we go. Boom. Boom. All right. And there you have it, 829. And the run with Stardust Cookie. I only have, sadly, 1 promotion. But that is the thing when you're free to play like me. All right. So that is our Stardust Cookie at their finest, my friends. With that, we gave you the breakdown of Stardust Cookie. We gave you some additional background tips and tricks. We gave you the biscuits, the toppings, the resonant, all the stuff to pay attention to in the stats for this particular cookie. If you still have questions, if you got comments, let me know because I'd love to hear from you as always. And feel free to join us in the Discord server. With that, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community here. And as always, thank you to all of our members. We do have memberships available to you. It's a nice way to support the channel. It gives you emotes, icons, priority access, priority response, and access, and other great ways to stay connected. Now, on top of that, we do have socials. At me, chat me. What do you think of Stardust Cookie? Are you using this one? PvE, PvP, all that fun stuff. And on top of that, our affiliate links. Something there for everyone, as I like to say, so check it out. And with that, my friends, to the skies with Stardust Cookie, and keep on running. We'll see you again soon, next time, with more guides and other things here on the channel. Take care and enjoy Stardust Cookie.